guys, welcome back to Days Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you a book that I recently picked up, and I read it and I loved it, called Lost Gods by Brom. Look at that artwork. Isn't that a beautiful cover? Beautiful. Brom, he is an artist who a few years ago started writing books along in the fantasy/horror vein. He did a book called The Child Thief, which is a sort of a horror take on Peter Pan. He did a book on Krampus. The name of it is Krampus, as a matter of fact, and that was a really good book. I haven't read Child Thief yet. I did read Krampus. It was really good. So this is actually the second book that I've read by Brom, Lost Gods, and it was really, really good. His writing has really improved over the course of at least from when I read Krampus to this book. His writing has really drastically improved, and I liked it, and I like Krampus. So this was really a pleasure for me to read. It's a hefty book. It's 487 pages. But the story moves really fast, and he shares some of his artwork here in the book. That you'll see some of the images of some of the characters that he includes in the book. Now, I happen to read this book, and I also happen to listen to the audiobook of this book almost simultaneously. I started reading it, and then I got the audiobook, and then I started to listen to the audiobook, and then I actually read it while I was listening to the audiobook, and so I finished them both that way. The audiobook, it comes in at 14 hours and 50 minutes. It's read by R.C. Bray, who, if you like audiobooks, you've probably heard him read other books. He's a pretty common, popular audiobook talent. So he read this book. He did a really good job, and if you're interested in the book or the audiobook, I definitely highly recommend it. But as for Lost Gods, the story follows a guy. He's just out of jail. His name is Chet Moran. He and his wife Trish. She's newly pregnant. They leave town. He gets out of jail. They leave town. They have an altercation with her dad before they leave town. And Chet, he runs away with his new wife, and they run away to his old family. I guess it's it's not a farm, but I guess it's kind of like a farm out in the middle of nowhere. His grandmother lives there, so he goes out there, and it's supposed to be a haunted place. That's why nobody really goes there. Nobody really knows about it, but it's supposedly haunted. And he goes out there to this place to sort of lay low. And while he's out there, things start going a little weird. I don't want to ruin anything. There are some evil entities on this property, and they eventually wind up killing Chet. And so his wife is now sort of in the hands of, I don't want to really go too far into it, but she's in danger, and the baby is in even more danger. And so Chet, he dies, and he goes to purgatory. So he's sent into purgatory, and he has to make his way through purgatory. If he can do what he has to do, there's a chance that he could save his wife and he could save his baby. And in order to do that, he has to find a sacred key that's hidden somewhere in purgatory. And meanwhile, he has to go through all these sort of challenges in purgatory. He gets into an arena where he has to fight demons along with other people. Anyways, when he goes into purgatory, there's a lot going on in purgatory. There's a bunch of guys. They're called the Greencoats. They're sort of like the rebellion in purgatory. They want to take over the place. They're fighting on behalf of the souls, but they're not really on behalf of the souls. It's kind of we're saving you, but we're not really saying, we're in it for ourselves kind of thing. And so the Greencoats, their goal is to kill the gods, the rest of the gods. So they're fighting a war against the gods. the gods, they're trying to find ways to to become relevant again in today's type of society. So where they've lost their let's say their followers, and yeah, so Chet, he has to find his key. He has to go undergo several challenges along the way, and yeah, what happens? I'm not going to tell you because it's more exciting if you read it for yourself. This book is highly entertaining. I loved every minute of it. Like I said, it's 487 pages, and the audiobook is almost 15 hours long, but it goes by really fast because it's so entertaining. Well written. It's a good, well-composed story, and like I said, there's really interesting art in there, and it really adds some texture and flavor to the story itself. It gives you sort of a mental image that allows you to see the story come to life in your mind a little bit more accurately and easier. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, Brom, Lost Gods, a novel. I give this book 5 stars out of 5 stars. So if you like fantasy with a touch of horror, there are definitely some horror aspects in here. It's very visceral. It's kind of gory in parts. A lot of mythology. So if you like that kind of stuff, hey, pick it up because it's awesome. If you don't like that stuff, well, don't pick it up. But if you like it, if you want to buy it, I'll put my Amazon Associates link in the bottom down there. You can just click on there and take it right to Amazon and you pick it up. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. See you next time, and bye.